Yes, so I was mentioning about the notification here. Now you have the exam dates also with you. Yeah, okay, now it is coming. So newspaper advertisement you must have gone through. Karan Sardana sir in the morning shared the news which is there in the newspaper, but we were already knowing it and we made that video. Sushil Raghav sir made that video. Okay, so now you know this is official. Okay? Now it is official that you have these 68 days you have right now. So I will come to that. What you are going to do in this time? You have your exam on 28th May, phase one exam, and you can participate by asking the question, right? And 28th May, phase one exam, then 25th June, you have your phase two exam. So what to do and what not to do in this time, it's very important. And this time you have actually good time and good number of vacancies. If you see the number of vacancies, 2018, it were 127 vacancies, right? Because you have to sometimes realize how good the opportunity is. And then 1920, it was 156. Only in this 21, you have higher number of vacancies, 270. And uh, for general cadre, I am telling you. And if you see this time, you have 238 for general cadre. What is general cadre? You know that this is, if you don't read Hindi very well, I can tell you this is HBDR journal. So journal means it's a general cadre. You will be posted in all the department. And this is DEPR, Department of Economics and Policy Research. And this one is DSIM, DSIM, Department of Statistics and Information Management. So you have 25 vacancies here and 31 vacancies here. The interesting part is for this DEPR and DSIM, there is more time because their exam is happening on, this is Samanya, Samanya means journal, and this is 2nd of July and 6th of August, right? For the DEPR, DSIM, there is more time. There is more opportunity that way. So RBI has given more time this time. Therefore, if you are starting preparation little late or your preparation is in the early stage, you will have more to do. So I thought people will ask this question. It happens every time. लोग पूछते ही पूछते हैं अब नोटिफिकेशन आ गया अब क्या इतने दिन में कर सकता हूँ क्या कैन आई प्रिपेयर इन 60 days so these kind of questions come in. So there can be three scenarios. What are these? I will not prepare or will not prepare but appear. These two scenarios, there is not going to be selection. Without preparation, if you appear in the exam, we know the result already. So the only chance of happening selection is you prepare and then appear in the exam. The chance is 2%, 10%, 90%, 99%. It varies from person to person. So nobody can tell you exactly what is the chance because people ask this question. अभी अगर मैं तैयारी शुरू करूंगा तो मेरा क्या चांस है तो वो बहुत वेरी करता है इट वेरीज अ लॉट पर्सन टू पर्सन डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर प्रिपरेशन राइट सो यू हैव टू डिसाइड वेदर you want to be in this category or in this category because only if you prepare and appear in the exam there is chances of selections and not only RBI grade B there are other exams also coming up. You can ask all your questions in the Google form also in the description. So I wrote it here so that I don't forget. After the live session is over, then also you can ask your question. Live session with I will handle the chat. I will read your questions on chat. So what I was saying, if you decide to start the preparation, then there are possibility not only of getting selected in RBI, but also in other exams. Say for example, your ECGC. ECGC notification has also come today in the newspaper, and again, people will talk more about RBI, of course, because RBI being the better organized and better paid job, but ECG also is a very good opportunity. SIDBI notification is already there. The exam is on 16th April. SIDBI also is a development finance organization. It's a DFI. And if you see the exam, if you prepare for RBI Grade B exam, so anyhow you are going to prepare for English language, GA, reasoning, quantitative aptitude, and this descriptive. Your preparation happens for all these exams. By starting preparation of RBI Grade B, you are automatically covering most of the preparation of all these exams. In fact, in many of our discussions, we call RBI Grade B as an umbrella exam. There are certain additions, say for example, when you add NABARD, you will have to study agriculture, rural development in addition to that. And say for example, in SEBI, you will have to add costing, companies act, and we have to go more detailed in securities market analysis. But RBI Grade B is an umbrella exam which covers like 70-80% of preparation for all these competitive exams. If you are seriously looking for making a career, so if not today, then when? Then when? I think now the question that shall I start the preparation now is answered well. And when it comes to RBI, it's not only about just getting a good salary, but it's also about your contribution in building the nation, because RBI being the central bank of the country. I have covered this point many a times, but I keep on telling this because even before joining RBI, I was also not aware about RBI's so much authority in the financial system and about the variety of the work we get to do when we enter into RBI. RBI, though the name is bank, but it's a central bank. It's a very different institution. Right? Only the name is there, the bank, but if you call RBI is a bank, no, it's a central bank. It's not a commercial bank, right? So it gets money from banks and from government, and it gives it to them only. So it's not a bank for you, me, anyone. It's a bank only for a very special purpose. It's a central bank for managing the monetary system of the country, right? Monetary authority of the country for supervising the financial system, for issuing the currency. Note issue करते हैं ना, manager of foreign exchange, banker to government, banker to bank, managing the payment system, having developmental role, research, as we were telling about. Now, this question is coming up from many people. RBI has given this time more time, 68 days before the exam. I will come to how you are going to start your preparation. Hold your horses, and I will complete the session in time. So we'll come to have a specific plan. I am going to discuss a specific plan here, but some of the general queries I am addressing in advance because these keep coming. So the question coming is, what can be the change in the exam pattern? Last year there was slight change, but did you realize last year the change was really slight? It was adding the descriptive part in the phase 2, and the syllabus was same, right? So even if there is a change, it is going to be very minor change, and if that change happens, it's good for those who are starting preparation late, because for the change time is same for everyone. सबको बराबर टाइम मिल रहा है ना चेंज के लिए, तो चेंज हो गया तब तो अच्छा है, but if there is a change, that won't be more than 15-20% of the syllabus of the exam pattern, so don't worry about that. उसकी चिंता करके कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला है. Right now focus on what we already know. So we know about salary benefits. This I am skipping. RBI is the best paid organization, not only paid but a great employer, fantastic employer है. हम बात करते हैं सिलेक्शन कैसे होगा. So first, before we come to the plan, what to do now, have a look at the syllabus, have a look at the previous year cutoff. हाँ मोहित, ixamBee का ऑफलाइन बैच होएगा ना, सेकंड बैच भी होएगा, बट सेकंड वी विल डू आफ्टर द फेज 1 एग्जाम, बिकॉज पहले तो अच्छा सेकंड यू आर सेइंग द सेकंड ऑफ द मॉड्यूल 1 of the second batch. I don't know right now. I cannot decide this in this live session about that ixamBee ka second batch. That's why we told that time it's a very limited opportunity, because doing extreme B also requires a lot of preparation from our side, and we had a very fantastic experience doing the extreme B. We students, everyone, मतलब दिन में 15-15 घंटे पढ़ाई करने का जो टैलेंट निकला था ना लोगों का, when people were studying and studying very enthusiastically post dinner, it was amazing experience. The group participation, the questions, quizzes. We will come to that extreme B. We will definitely come to that again. But right now, I am focusing more on what we are going to do here on online. So we know, but still have a ब्रीफ अगेन बार बार सुनना है कि भाई एग्जाम का पैटर्न और सिलेबस तो दिमाग में छप जाए. So we know these are the 4 sections. QRE general awareness in phase 1. Negative marking is there, so you have to maintain your speed and accuracy. Competition, see the marks in competition in clearing the phase 1 cutoff. Because it's not about just getting the cutoff of the section that is important. Sectional cutoff तो आ ही जाएगा, मतलब I think any sincere candidate will score 16 marks in GA, 6 mark in quant, and 6 mark in English, and 12 mark in reasoning. But what will happen with that? Are you going to make this cutoff, or you are going to make this cutoff? You cannot say that because the marks, the cutoff declined to 66 marks, so the competition declined. No, don't ever think of this. This happened because the competition, because the paper was tough. So whenever there is tough paper, say for example here in 2017, quant was very, very tough. See the previous year paper. You have to see the previous year paper on the website. It is available for free, ixamBee website. So if you go there, you will realize that there are slight changes in the difficulty level also. And that changes the cutoff. So sometimes it is like 4 marks also, 7 marks also. So this changes because of that. Reasoning also you can see. So you have to first ensure that you are clearing phase 1. When I will come to the preparation plan, what you have to do in next 68 days. So first point is this. First ensure that you get into phase 2. You reach to that level. Phase 2 syllabus, I am coming to that. But the exam has 3 topics, 3 papers, paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. Paper 1 is ESI, economic and social issues. Paper 2 is English. Paper 3 is financial management. English is descriptive. Rest 2 are 50% descriptive, 50% objective. Right? So you know that already. Interview weightage has been increased to 75 marks. But if you reach to interview level, then the preparation for interview is soft skills, and we are master of that. Don't worry. If you have built this much of knowledge that you reach to the interview stage, you are going to ace the exam, provided you have scored well. And your score well in phase 2 depends a lot, because this weightage is only 20%. तो बहुत बार लोगों को लगता है मेरे को अंग्रेजी बोलना नहीं आता है, मेरे को हेजिटेशन होती है, आई गेट नर्वस इन द इंटरव्यू. डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. आई हैव टोल्ड मेनी अ टाइम्स, इवन विद 1 मार्क, 1 मार्क्स लेके भी लोग आरबीआई ग्रेड बी बने, 1 मार्क्स लेके इंटरव्यू में, because their score in the written exam was more. That is the key here. So final cutoff, so it also keep on changing depending on again the marks in the interview, the marks in the written exam. But this is the kind of range. So 219, then 194, 205. Just have an idea of this. But more important is to understand the syllabus. I will just rush through, and then I will address your questions, and I will tell you that plan, what to do, what not to do. So economics and social issues. यहाँ पर I will warn you. What I will warn, that it is economics and social issues, not economics. Not economics. The focus is not in studying economics, but in studying economic and social issues. So it is not economics. कहीं लिखा है economics, नहीं लिखा है. Understand this minute difference very, very well, because many places and many a time student start studying economics. Economics तो है ही नहीं exactly syllabus में. Economic and social issues हैं. So if you want to study the economic and social issues, you have to have the basic understanding of economics. That is what is required. You have to understand what is GDP, what is GNP, what is national income, how these are measured, what are the different panels who advocated, say, measurement of poverty, the way to do it, what has been happening in the economy. So the history, the reforms after 91, the 2008 financial crisis, how the globalization is happening, the impact of globalization. So when it comes to social issues, so today this Russia-Ukraine crisis has become a big international issue. That will also come in the exam, right? But maybe something related to at a global level, not that we have to remember every detail of it, because this is a big economic and social issue. So it has both element to it. It's an economic issue also. So understand what is happening to ruble, what is happening to petrodollar, the impact of the inflation in India, the impact of the inflation in Russia. There are many economic issues with this war. Right? So we have to understand mainly in the current context, but have to have some background of the theoretical knowledge. So reading these books now, here is the problem. The problem is in the notification. They have given this book, and from this book, something will be useful, but it will not even cover 50% because books are updated like after 2 3 years. And in exam, most of the things which has happened in last 6 months and 1 year, these kind of issues will be discussed with the background, with the fundamentals of these books. So these books partially cover your syllabus, partially. What is the proof? Go to the previous year paper, see what kind of questions have been asked there. And the same rule applies in the case of English writing. It's more about writing English. Finance and management, it looks very tough, no? Most of you have not studied financial system, financial market, risk management, derivative, global financial market, international banking, all look very new to you. But again, sometimes see the evidence, see the marks of the candidate in last 2 3 years. People score in journal, people score more in FM than ESI. That's a reality now. Though it looks more Latin and Greek. So you have to understand all these realities, all these factuals which are coming with the experience of thousands of candidates and with so many years of experience. So you shall not be scared by seeing this syllabus, whatever is W. And there are so many overlapping also. Sometimes people say, I am good in ESI and can I get something help in FM? See the kind of overlapping, this inflation thing, WPI, CPI. So this inflation chapter, though it is written in FM, but lot many things of this are related with what is discussed in ESI, including the monetary policy thing. Hmm. Suggested material again, same thing with the book. So these books are good to mention. We have very limited time. I do not know exactly how much you can read from these books, but be very selective and not all the books at all. Say if you are reading any one book on Indian economy, whether it is Ramesh Singh, Mishra Puri, Datta Sundaram, one is good enough. And from one book you cannot read in full. You have to read only selected headings, very selected headings. Likewise, same in finance and management. Can you read Prasanna Chandra complete? No, not possible. The way is go to the previous year paper. Management, again, it takes least time in preparation. Least time. So even if you decide that management I will do after my phase one exam, I will say that's fine. Management and ethics and corporate governance. So this has been added last year. So this can be taken afterwards also. Don't worry, because right now focus on that. So if something more comes on central banking, don't worry. Central banking is all this what we discussed, role of RBI. So we are happy to do that whenever there is some change if that happens. Now coming to how to prepare. अब करना क्या है? this 75 days plan, I'm telling you, we have already started that because we knew, you knew, everyone knew that RBI Grade B exam is going to happen on 28th May. So everyone knew this. We have been telling this. So we started this 75 days plan, master plan, under the guidance of Sushil Lagdesar. Last week we started. So here I'm telling you the same plan in the brief, and you have to squeeze it to 68 days. 7 दिन में कुछ ऐसा फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है. 7 days you can definitely accommodate here and there because some holidays, some Sundays will come. So ultimately you will find out how to do that. And we have been doing such sessions. In fact, last year, so we did this pre-examination training for RBI, which was officially given by RBI to ixamBee. So we have these kind of faculty members, so who have been working with RBI, got Grade B exam cleared, and have been working in various banks. And this is the result of last year. So I am telling you all this so that you believe in this plan. Belief is very important. Huh? First, you have to believe and then you have to work. Because if you keep on wandering here and there is no end to it. So 68 days also will be over very soon. So you have to believe that if faculty members with this kind of expertise are making some plan and you just work on it with full sincerity. So as I said in the beginning, there is RBI Grade B exam. There is always a possibility of selections. Then there are many more exams, whether it is SIDB or Exim Bank. Tomorrow, NABARD will come. After that, SEBI will come. So exams will keep on coming. It is up to us how do we make the best use of it, right? So I'm coming to this 75 days plan, which we have prepared with the help of all these faculty members. Then Sushil Lagde sir, the most I think say popular is not the only word I wanted to tell, but the most renowned faculty for RBI Grade B because he has been doing it for last 10 years and thousands of his students are working with RBI today. So we have been doing this under his leadership. So this is the plan, 75 days master plan, and you see in this plan we have taken the coverage of phase 2 recorded video also, and there are more focus in the live classes on phase 1. You see the combo of phase 1 and phase 2. I'm not reading it line by line because you can download the plan, right? All links are there on the description of this video. So I am just telling you the brief because anyhow you have to work on this plan. Every day is important, every chapter is important, but how there is a good combo that you cover the fundamentals of phase 2 right now. There is a time to cover the fundamentals of phase 2, and first you ensure that you are getting phase 1 selection. So we are doing daily live sessions in which we are focusing on phase 1 classes. You see, reasoning classes, and also general awareness related issues, and faculty members, I think some 8 9 faculty members are taking different classes depending on the expertise. And among these, many of us have cleared several exams, like Sushil sir, myself was in RBI Grade B, Dr. Sharma was there, RBI Grade B, 3 of us. Then Arnima ma'am was SIDBI Grade B officer, Kailash sir was Union Bank PO, and then Anshul Malik sir, he has cleared SSC CGL exam, so he teaches input output. So you have this kind of expert meeting you daily so that you know what is your progress in your daily plan. So not only plan is important, but the execution is also very important, which is in your hand. Now, I am trying to summarize this in 3 steps. What you have to do in your preparation. Know your exam. We have already discussed this, the syllabus, the pattern, and now you have to do your work because just watching this video is not going to be enough, right? वीडियो देखने से सब कुछ तो नहीं होगा. You will have to see hundreds of such videos which is related to that topic. All this strategy and the guidance which I am telling here will be the starting part. But you have to go deep dive, right? So what is that deep dive? Previous year papers. First, know your exam. कहाँ मिलेंगे previous year paper? Previous year paper are available on the website. Absolutely free. Just go to ixamBee.com, previous year paper. There is a section here, and from here you can download the previous year paper, and you can also attempt mock test here for free. So this is 2016, 2017, 2018, 19. So all these previous year papers are available here. अभी करने तो आपको पड़ेंगे, रास्ता मैंने बता दिया है. You have to travel on this route. So that is step number 1, that know your exam. And you will see that when you do these previous year questions, so you are able to solve some questions correctly. There will be some questions you tried but incorrect answers. Then there are some questions which you cannot even try because you had absolutely no idea इसमें पूछा क्या है. You have to work on these two. Third part and second part, you have to study. Which are the topics which you have absolutely no idea? In the real exam also, there can be 5%, 10% questions which you will simply not attempt. That is absolutely fine because you are not going to get 100% score. That is not required for the selection. But right now, based on the previous year question, if you study, so you will have more and more coverage of the syllabus. So there will be less and less such questions which you have absolutely no idea. Then you will also learn how to use the intelligent guessing. So the second point after knowing the previous year paper is the study. I have already discussed the syllabus, but you have to go detail in the syllabus and also remember that syllabus is indicative. It is mentioned in the notification, and you can see in the previous year questions also there will be sometimes some questions where you will see अरे ये तो syllabus में exactly लिखा ही नहीं है. So syllabus is indicative. Always be updated about what is happening in last 6 months. What is happening, that is very, very important. People hoard this study material, lot of PDF, lot of books. Now notification has come, I will get lot of books. No, it is not going to help you. Rather study, have a study plan which I have shared with you and revise based on that study plan. That is important. And here I am using this memory graph. Many time people feel यार मेरा memory अच्छी नहीं है, मुझे तो कुछ याद नहीं रहता है. याद नहीं रहना is a very common thing, but if you revise like this, so you have studied something like this session you attend, you spend say 50 minutes listening to this video, listening to this session. By the end of the day, you will have to revise, and that time revising what you have studied here will take what, 7-8 minutes, maximum 10 minutes. Tomorrow it will take only 2 minutes. So by repetitive revision, the things go in your long-term memory. First revision, second revision, third revision, you have to do that. Syllabus is not really the ocean of syllabus. Though it is exhaustive, it is quite good syllabus, but if you keep on studying, repeating, revising, you will reach there. Then comes the practice, because especially for phase 1, this is the Bible, Gita, Quran, whatever you want to say. Practice, practice, practice. Practice for your speed and practice for your accuracy. GA, very, very important. 40% weightage in phase 1 is of general awareness. Then again for phase 2, the practice of writing. Very, very important. Despite of having good knowledge, if you are not able to express it well in the limited word, in the limited time, all the preparation is going to waste. Then mock interview also will come to the practice later on. So practicing is very, very important. So 3 things: know your exam, study, and practice. So do it simultaneously. It is not like that. First one day I will know everything in the exam. Second day I will study, and only third day I will practice. No, you have to start it simultaneously. Study, say today I will start with quant. In quant, I am now going to master the percentage chapter. Percentage chapter, all fundamental done. Now coming to the practice question. I am able to manage all kind of questions in percentage and in the limited time. So for practicing, you have this mock test, which we are giving again on the website in a time-bound manner as it happens in the real exam, and these are also absolutely free. Unless you do this practice, see, I'm just telling you, करना तो आपको पड़ेगा. So you have to practice this. Now I am coming to the questions, and these are the questions I have taken directly from the screen, and the syllabus for phase 1 is been indicative based on our experience. So this is not written anywhere. These are the important chapters for phase 1. You can see now I am reading your questions in the live chat. Then I will come to what not to do, and then we will close it for today. Okay. Eligibility criteria, don't worry, right now it is not in the notification, means we don't know the complete notification, but I don't expect any change. One thing in the eligibility criteria, if you have this age wala thing in mind, so expect everything to be as on March 1st, 2020, because every time it happens so. The first date of the month becomes the cutoff date. Okay. Yes, ixamBee. I told if I start from scratch, will I be able to crack in 70 days? Shreya Srivastav, I think I could answer your question. If you don't start, then you are not going to crack at all. That is the right answer here. Become 55%. So all these queries we will handle after we get the final notification. Let's see if RBI comes up with anything, and you can write also in the Google Sheet, which is here in the description. We will address every query. We will write to you. We email also at times. Eligibility criteria education. So let's wait for the notification. Same paper for all professionals or specific paper for no legal separate vacancies are not there. So same paper, Ria. Same paper for all, whether you come from legal, agriculture, BCom, or BSc, BTech, whatever background, it is same paper for all. हाँ, शरीफ बॉय इज ऑल्सो आस्किंग आज से शुरू करें तो एग्जाम तैयारी कर सकते हैं क्लियर? वो तो कर सकते हैं, लेकिन अगर नहीं करेंगे तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं. Why did the vacancy increase? Vacancy keep on increasing and decreasing based on the requirement in the organization. In any organization happens so. The requirement keeps on changing. There are retirements which keep on happening. So there are more requirement in the organization. Vacancies will keep changing. 238 हैं यार, 238 वैकेंसीज हैं. ओके, व्हाई डिड द वैकेंसीज इंक्रीज? दिस आई टोल्ड यू. हाँ, फ्रॉम विच मंथ जीए शैल बी कवर्ड? हितेश, दिस इज ए वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. सो जीए last 6 months is very important, and in that also last 4 months is most important, but go up to 1 year for economic and social issues. Whatever important thing happening in the market in the world rather. So it's not only about the financial market, it's also about happening in the society. So whatever important thing has been happening in the society in the last 1 year, we shall know. But the recent thing in last 4 months are more important from the objective point of view. The kind of award, the kind of schemes, number, data. So many questions come on that. So these are more important for last 4 months. But otherwise, the important event which has happened in last 1 year, we shall know that. Chirag, I'm graduation. If you are doing graduation right now, so you target for next year, because this year you won't be eligible. So you target for next year. All this, what I am telling here and many other videos, we keep on sharing the guidance. You can start from anywhere and start from knowing the exam. What is the exam? By seeing the previous year paper. Rizwan is saying clearing CFA level 1 will help in the interview. So Rizwan, I will tell you this way. Sometime, suppose you appear in the interview and you have written in your biodata that I have cleared CFA level 1. So the interview panel knows now, okay, now you know some fundamentals of finance. So they tell me, so they will not ask you the basic question like how NPB is different from IRR. So they may ask a question, why IRR is a superior method over NPB? Justify. Because now they expect you understand what is NPB and what is IRR. So any qualification has both, means it is a double-edged sword in interview. If you come with a very good education qualification, the expectations also are high. The bar is raised. Then you don't perform. Then interview board feels like he is such a qualified candidate, CA, CFA, IIT, and still not able to answer this basic question this way. And somebody who did graduation with correspondence in BA history tells functions of RBI. Impressive, impressive. This boy has prepared. He is BA in history, so he could tell me about the Chandragupta Maurya Empire, but also could tell me the functions of central banking. I'm just giving you a contrast. So other way also happens. This boy doesn't know anything anyhow. He has passed his degree, and this boy is a bright chap. He has done his CFA, has done his CA, has been to IITs and all that. So it's both way. So it's all about your performance in the interview. Whatever background you carry is your background. Based on that, the discussion will start. So right now, don't worry much about it. Right now, first focus on clearing phase 1. Start phase 2 simultaneously, as in our 75 days plan we have mentioned. Fundamentals you have to build, because this time fortunately you have good gap also between phase 1 and phase 2, 28th May and 25th June. Normally the gap remains around 20 days, so this time there also you have good time. Okay, मेरा quant week है Sharif, so you have to study quant. These are the chapters here: simplification, approximation, percentage. Especially if you can do on these chapters, no, uh, percentage, then ratio and proportion, because these are very much related with average and partnership, profit and loss. These are very related. Time, distance, then the data interpretation, DI, and data efficiency. So all these are quite related. Suppose you have limited time, you can skip, say probability का 2 question आएगा मैं छोड़ देता हूँ, because you don't have time now to read, say, probability and permutations and combinations. Okay, skip 1 or 2 chapters. I will skip that. Though the situation may be ulta with many of you. Like in case of me, I had studied probability during my graduation. Probability का question तो सबसे पहले करूंगा, because बहुत simple question आते हैं वहाँ पे. If you have studied a subject of probability, it becomes very easy. But you may skip also. So decide. I'll come to that strategy point. बीकॉम फर्स्ट ईयर में हूँ, कैसे स्टार्ट करें? तो मयंक, आप तो हम बता ही रहे हैं, इसमें पहले स्टार्ट करो, पेपर देखो, एंड राइट नाउ बिल्ड योर फंडामेंटल्स. एक बुक ले लो, RS शर्मा टाइप, स्टार्ट स्टडिंग क्वांट so that you get some speed. Build your grammar. English is very important. Whatever we say in our country, in now though it is becoming globally more and more acceptable. So English is always very important. First you have to crack the objective exam, then you have to crack the descriptive exam, then you have to go to interview. You can do it in हिंदी में इंटरव्यू देने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. आई नो मेनी कैंडिडेट जिन्होंने हिंदी में इंटरव्यू देके 80% प्लस मार्क्स लिए हैं. बट इंग्लिश तो पास करनी ही पड़ेगी ना, ऑब्जेक्टिव भी पास करनी पड़ेगी, डिस्क्रिप्टिव भी पास करनी पड़ेगी, तो इंग्लिश आना जरूरी है. तो इफ यू आर इन फर्स्ट ईयर ऑफ द ग्रेजुएशन, रेन एंड मार्टिन पढ़ो. अभी तक आपके ग्रामर उतनी अच्छी नहीं होगी तो यू कैन बिल्ड दैट. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन वेयर यू आर वीक. रीजनिंग पढ़ो, जनरल अवेयरनेस बिल्ड करो. Shivishi is saying technique to clear phase 1, even though I am practicing more and managing time. So Shivashi, you have to do both. You have to practice and you have to build your fundamentals also. After the practice is done, after you did the mock test, analyze. So many a time I keep on telling people that if you have like 2 hour mock test, give another 2 hour in analyzing your performance. What are the weak areas? Where do I need to improve? Which are the chapters which I need to improve? कौन से चैप्टर्स को मुझे दोबारा पढ़ना पड़ेगा? So again, you have to go to you will feel कि यार I know what is input output in reasoning. I know what is syllogism in reasoning. But if you are not able to do syllogism by Venn diagram, I'm giving an example, right? If you are not able to do quickly in Venn diagram and you make mistakes in Venn diagram, I used to make mistake. Huh? I'm telling you my own experience doing the syllogism question. Venn diagram में होता था, जल्दी जल्दी होता था, लेकिन हमेशा 5 क्वेश्चन में 2 गलत हो जाते थे, कभी 1 गलत हो जाता था. Then somebody told me DEIO technique, AEIO technique. AEIO वाला टेक्निक मालूम है ना सबको? सबको मालूम है? तो पहले तो मुझे लगा ये क्या है, क्यों है ये, मतलब व्हाट इज दिस? वेन डायग्राम इज अ वेरी वेरी साइंटिफिक वे ऑफ सॉल्विंग द सैलोजिज्म. तो बट व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड दैट एईआईओ मेथड, तो मैं वेन डायग्राम भूल ही गया. उसके बाद तो मैंने कभी किया ही नहीं वेन डायग्राम. क्यों ही करना वेन डायग्राम फिर? बिकॉज विद एईआईओ मेथड all 5 questions of syllogism in 2 minutes, that's it. सारे सही होते हैं, सारे सही होते हैं. So many times what we have to do, we have to change our way of attempting the question also. I used to do Venn diagram, but then I started doing AEIU. So you have to do that, not only practice but learn. मतलब practice के बाद improve करना है उस chapter में. For general knowledge preparation, you have this BPDA. You can उसमें पूरा टॉपिक वाइज आपको मिलेगा. टॉपिक वाइज आपको अच्छी बात क्या है बीपीडीए में, यू विल आल्सो गेट like the fundamentals again, these fundamentals in addition to the latest news. You will get that download from the website. This is also absolutely free. Now before we close, क्या नहीं करना है? हाँ हरप्रीत, फ्रेशर 2 महीने में तैयारी कर सकते हैं या नहीं? This is what I said in the video. I think you joined late, so you go recorded will be available on the website, so you on the channel, so you go through it again. मैंने यही बोला, अगर नहीं करेंगे तो क्या करेंगे? If you are not doing preparation now, then what you are going to do? तब तो सिलेक्शन होने वाला ही नहीं है. सिलेक्शन हो सकने का एक ही चांस है, that you start preparing now. And होता है, ऐसा नहीं है. There are people, those who crack. Jayant is also saying, I want to ask, is it possible to crack the RBI Grade B from the scratch? So, Jayant, when you see this session again, because it is available, I think also you also joined the session late, so you will realize that how I answered this question very logically, decision tree बना के. I request you to do that. Paras, RBI is publishing vacancy every year. RBI is publishing. So I cannot, what I am saying is, if you see 2016, 17, 18, 19, every year RBI का notification was coming. 20 का 21 के starting में आया था जनवरी में, because of the COVID. RBI को vacancies are coming every year, है ना? Regional language is compulsory? No. इसमें Vinny, there is nothing like regional language in RBI Grade B. That is an RBI assistant. So there is a huge difference between RBI Grade B and RBI assistant. RBI assistant is a clerical level job, and after that you become assistant manager, which is Grade A. Then you become Grade B, which is a manager level position. Actually, this is the only job where you enter into the middle management. If you go into any organization, no, there are hierarchies like this, that staff, then senior, junior management, middle management, senior management, top management. So RBI Grade B comes into middle management. It's a direct entry into middle management, where freshers without experience are entering into middle management. That's why it is so coveted a job is. राजभाषा मैनेजर के बारे में ये बता सकता हूँ मैं, दिलीप की जो राजभाषा मैनेजर होते हैं, हिंदी इज अवर राजभाषा, तो उनका काम ये होता है कि ऑफिस में जो राजभाषा में जो पत्राचार है, जो कम्युनिकेशन है, उसको बढ़ाया जाए. जैसे मीटिंग्स में भी हिंदी का इस्तेमाल हो, जो भी हम लेटर लिखते हैं उन्हें हिंदी का इस्तेमाल हो, तो जो उसमें रीजन वाइज रहता है, जैसे जो नॉर्थ रीजन है वहाँ पे हिंदी का इस्तेमाल ज़्यादा होता है, जो साउथ रीजन है वहाँ पे बाइलिंगुअल होता है, तो हिंदी का इस्तेमाल बढ़ाने के लिए राजभाषा डिपार्टमेंट होता है। और बाकी सैलरी पर्क्स और बेनिफिट्स तो सेम ही होते हैं, अगर आप जिस लेवल पर ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, ग्रेड ए है तो ग्रेड ए है, ग्रेड बी है तो ग्रेड ए बी है। बट आपकी जो पोस्टिंग है, अगर आपने राजभाषा ऑफिस से ज्वाइन किया है, या आप लीगल में ज्वाइन करोगे, या आप डीएसआईएम में करोगे, डीईपीआर में करोगे, सिक्योरिटीज एंड प्रोटोकॉल ऑफिसर भी लिखा था नोटिफिकेशन में आज के, तो सिक्योरिटीज एंड प्रोटोकॉल में, तो ये सब क्या है, स्पेसिफिक डिपार्टमेंट में आप रहोगे, यू विल बी पोस्टेड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर डिपार्टमेंट। बट ग्रेड बी जर्नल जो हम बोल रहे हैं, जर्नल मीन्स यू विल बी पोस्टेड इन ऑल द डिपार्टमेंट, आपका डिपार्टमेंटल ट्रांसफर होते रहता है डिपेंडिंग ऑन द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द ऑफिस, डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर ओन एक्सपर्टाइज। कई बार क्या होता है कि धीरे धीरे हम लोग कुछ एक एक्सपर्टाइज डेवलप कर लेते हैं, तो उन्हें लगता है हम इस कैंडिडेट को यहाँ बेटर यूज कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, ऑल दिस एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया विल कम टू इट इन द डिटेल नोटिफिकेशन। फाइनल स्टूडेंट नहीं अप्लाई कर सकते प्रिंस तिलक चौधरी, तो इट इज टफ फेज 2, बट फेज 1 इज टफर। तो फेज 2 कैसे तैयारी कर सकते हैं, उसमें डिस्क्रिप्टिव भी है और ऑब्जेक्टिव भी है, उसमें दोनों है, हमने वो डिस्कस किया है डिटेल में। एंड फेज 2 की अलग से स्ट्रेटजी मैंने इसी चैनल पर कई सारी वीडियोज में बताई है, एंड विल कम टू दैट। आप पुराना नहीं भी देखोगे, आज आपको मैं जितना बता रहा हूँ इस पर आप शुरू कर दीजिए इन दैट 75 डेज प्लान, एंड फिर हम स्टेप बाय स्टेप बताते रहेंगे आपको, यहाँ पे हम डेली वीकली गाइडेंस लाते रहेंगे, सो यू जस्ट ट्यून टू इट, step by step we'll tell you now what not to do. So the first thing is this only, mistake not to start your preparation with phase 2 exam. बहुत बड़ी गलती करते हैं लोग। The reason is this syllabus mentioned in the RBI notification, which is yet to come for this year, but you will find this syllabus mentioned in the notification. So this is a mistake, because we start feeling somehow if we study all this we are preparing right direction, because for phase 1 they have just mentioned the topics. It's a mistake, so be very very careful that start your preparation from the phase 1. It is becoming tough, very very tough. There are so many IBPS toppers appearing in this exam, so many scale 2 even scale 3 officers working in scheduled commercial bank who have scored very, very well in IBPS, who are master in quant, reasoning, English. Many of you are listening to it, huh? So hats off to you. But if 20,000 of such bankers are appearing, it does not mean that all 20,000 are going to clear. For them also, there is a lot to prepare for phase 1, because general awareness is also there 40% here. So phase 1 preparation takes time. In the exam, you need speed and accuracy, but otherwise it takes time. So first thing what not to do. Second thing is starting GA preparation late. भाई 40% है. Okay, RBI admit card is out. Yeah, RBI assistant admit card is out. So this 40% is very very important, not only for phase 1 but also for phase 2. ESI, some part of FM also. So though last 3 months 4 months GA is most important, but you cannot build that in 15 days. तुम बोलोगे अभी मेरे पास 68 days हैं, first 53 days I will do QRE, then last 15 days GA. No, it won't happen. It won't happen that way. General awareness, you have to cover in detail, though it is not an UPSC exam. This is not that you have to study history, sociology, civics, no. But the current affairs with a focus on economics, banking, and finance, you have to study well in detail. You cannot do at last minute. Third mistake you have to avoid is too much focus on the government scheme. Government scheme आती है, अच्छी कवरेज चाहिए, बट 2 साल पहले बहुत ज्यादा आ गई थी, तो बी केयरफुल अबाउट दैट. These are not enough. Remembering all minute detail will be too much of expectations. Based on the answer options, you will be able to do the question if you have studied, right? So be careful, because otherwise there are so many ministry and every ministry has so many schemes. you shall not land in a problem because you are just focusing on one aspect. Then reading RBI circular is another mistake. Big mistake if you are reading too much of RBI circular. RBI circulars are not meant for student. These are meant for the regulated organizations, banks, right? These are meant for financial institutions, NBFCs, MFIs, etc. Most important part of that is always covered in the news. If you are reading a financial paper, if you are reading our BPDA, important things will come there. So there is no point wasting your time and going to the RBI circulars. I, in fact, use very strong line that it's a criminal waste of your time because many people suggest that. Many people, those who are telling you how to prepare, see, it is not that it is not covered in the RBI circular. But what's the point reading a 40-page RBI circular, which is a detailed guideline for something, say, some change in the measurement of uh, Basel requirement, capital requirement under Basel. Important line will come in the newspaper. You are not going to read that 40 page. It's a wastage of your time, right? So it is also there in the circular, but it's there in the newspaper. It's there in the BPD. Why to waste time like this? Financial numericals. So numericals are sometimes asked in the exam, but understand these are 1, 2 questions, 3 questions, 5 questions, mostly based on the basic fundamentals. If you have understood the concept, doing these numericals won't be tough. So don't get scared by the finance side. Exceptions, you may have to skip the question. Doing this preparation all alone, there is a word which is used by many people, self-study. सेल्फ स्टडी करनी होती है मतलब व्हाट इज न्यू इन सेल्फ स्टडी सेल्फ स्टडी तो सभी को करनी है इवन इफ यू हैव लिसन्ड मी फॉर लास्ट 1 hour so are you not going to study yourself if you subscribe to ixamBee course are not you going to do self study but self study does not mean that you are going to do it all alone self study is must your mentors your peer your friends somebody who is scoring you actually motivates you realize this friend of mine can do better than me so why cannot I you will definitely learn from others last point here not to do is copying somebody's strategy learn from the other's strategy but depending on your strength your background your preparation abilities you have to carve out your strategy there are different paths to success likewise in RBI grade B also say phase 1 exam if I talk about some of you will score more in reading some of you will score more in general awareness depending on say if you have been preparing for UPSC there are high possibility that you will score more in general awareness if you've been preparing for say IBPS you may score more in reasoning both will clear phase 1 likewise in phase 2 some will score good in ESI some in FM some in English but ultimately you have to do all remember one more thing here journalist position means you have to become master of all in one you can be like super specialist 1 or 2 areas but you have to learn everything you cannot say no रीजनिंग में पढ़ेगा नहीं रीजनिंग पढ़ेगा नहीं तो निकलेगा ही नहीं फेज 1 नहीं निकलेगा फाइनेंस में मैं बोलेगा फाइनेंस मार्केट नहीं पढ़ेगा फाइनेंस मार्केट कम पढ़ेगा चलेगा derivatives if you don't understand that much in detail you just understand the basics of derivative 4 types of derivative that will work but you have to at least ensure that the basic level questions in all these topics you are doing that all happens well when you are building your strategy with the help of others with the help of other sincere candidates with the help of the mentors feel free to ask your question in the Google form because in the limited time, though I have been trying to read all your questions, but I answered few. I will answer others. We will do more sessions in coming days. Like, but more important is whatever you have learned now, practice. You have to execute. करना तो आप ही को पड़ेगा ना हाँ मेरे बात सुन के समझ में आया इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड बट इट्स now more important to execute For the offer, for the course, there is an offer we can see here. So this is a very limited time offer for notification. Use this code, that will help you. And for any other query, you can reach to us at 92055 I'm reading more questions from you, then in 2-3 minutes we'll close. What level of phase 1 QRE? Chirag Singh is asking. So Chirag, the best way is to see the previous year paper. But the questions are not very easy, unlike say RBI Assistant, where it is very easy. Quant normally is slightly tougher. And then the competition makes it further tougher because there is so much of competition for RBI Grade B that you have to score high, you have to beat the competition. You go to our website, download the questions, do the previous question there. Jeevesh, I am gonna be 21 on April 18, will be eligible for this exam. I think no, Jeevesh. My final year exam will be in April. No, Siddhant, final year student are not eligible this time. Appear for next time. Best wishes for next time. Don't worry, there will be more and more vacancies coming. You have to prepare. If you become RBI Grade B officer by preparation in 3 months or even in 2 years, it's an achievement, I'm telling you. Right. So these are the main questions here. I think I have addressed all, and you can reach to us at this number, at this email ID, hello@ixamBee.com. Subscribe to the channel. Any more questions, I will take on the Google Sheet. Best wishes. So this is good news for all of you to build your career. Start your preparation if you have not done yet now. We'll see you again. Okay. Have a good day. Thank you.